he's not a red mage. He's not being a red mage. He's being a
A
a black
general
a black
magician.
mage, a black wizard of some sort.
Yeah, you gotta dress in something red and preferably something fancy.
I mean, that's
It's not fancy.
fancy.
Oh, hang on. Oh, I don't have Puppy's volume up or something. I need to check your friend's volume. That or Puppy's volume's not coming through. Did anyone hear him?
Nope.
Okay.
So that means that he
Hello?
like to repeat. There you go. We can hear you now. Okay, we can start.
All right.
Yeah. You're streaming?
Yes, I am. In fact, I should actually open Twitch on my phone to make
Yeah.
sure
And
that it's
and
happening.
recording?
Yeah, I'm recording.
Gotcha.
Uh,
And
his
read.
screen because oh God, Windows 11 sucks. Doesn't let me do that thing where I can yes, the recording is going. It doesn't let me do that thing where, I can hit the Windows key and then while the taskbar is up, hover over a different, icon uh and uh and like have a preview of uh that tab open on the screen. Geely Eliapo has a great deal to say about Hatchingtide. Oh, forgot to introduce ourselves. Oh well. Hatchingtide is upon us once more. I hope the season finds you an excellent fettle. The fuck does fettle mean? For my part, Wild, it is an absolute pleasure to see you again. While I have your attention, allow me to expound upon the nature of this year's festivities. Is it running around talking to people, possibly giving them eggs? Hatchingtide has its origins in the days before the seventh umbral calamity, when 12 sages of an era past appeared before me in a startling vision. I have been visited by such dreams ever since, and this year was no exception. I saw a great mass of eggs, as vivid as those before you now, borne aloft unto the heavens.
L-
Eh,
Lady, I think that it is probably time to, go to the therapist. I mean, loss of X is probably a sign of something wrong happening.
Making dreams manifest has never failed to lend wonder to Hatchingtide before, so, needless to say, I intend to bring my latest vision to life. Wait, are you saying that you haven't had dreams of bright colored eggs before? Because I'm pretty sure we've had bright colored eggs before.
No, it's just this time you're accidentally in a park without your underwear.
Speaking of which, the eggs are commissioned ought to arrive any moment now. There's a problem with the eggs! Oh, oh, Jilly, it's a disaster! I can't do that voice, not while I'm sick. Oh, Jilly, it's a disaster! The cart toppled over en route. Thankfully, the driver was unscathed, but I can't see the thing for the eggs.
Oh boy, that's gonna be the worst egg disaster that anybody will have seen ever.
Yep, the worst thing to happen to eggs. Ever. Good heavens! I'm glad to hear the poor driver was unharmed, but without the eggs, how are we to breathe life into my dream? D- don't worry, I'll simply fashion some more eggs myself. Though to create the quantity required will take time, and we're already facing at least a minor delay at this point. If only I could assign someone to help you. Alas, the other dreamers are busy enough as it is, and I must see to the schedule alterations myself. But wait!
Okay,
Hmm?
Fury, you were wrong. We are not gonna talk to people. We are gonna paint X.
Interesting. If it's a mini game, I'm fine with that. But wait, Wild, perhaps you'd be willing to lend a hand? Wild? How wonderful to see you again. Knowing what an exemplary assistant you are gives me cause for hope. If you're happy to help, that is. Yes, yes, feed my compulsion. Thank you. The first order of business will be procuring more of the necessary egg supplies from the merchant. Our supplier should be in the market. He's a burly fellow, so he won't be difficult to spot. We can only hope he has enough stock.
Okay, now you have to talk to people.
I'm sorry that I cannot attend to the eggs personally, but your assistance will make all the difference. Thank you. Oh, you're that dreamer who was here before, ain't you? Alright, old mess to be sure. Afraid I'm all out of supplies you need, though. Oh, is there really nothing you can do for us? Well, I do have plenty. I have some tile and odds and ends there, or surplus wares. That might be of use. If you want them, they're all yours. Might not be exactly what you needed, but I'm sure you can cobble something together with these storage fees for eating to be I mean, I'd rather see them put to good use. When I ordered the initial batch of supplies, I remember thinking what a kind fellow he was. He certainly proved me right. Any road, we better take stock of what he's given us. Let's see, this leather looks durable. We have some metal springs and rings that could do for a mechanism of some sort. And these lengths of timber could be cut down to a more portable size. Wild's crafter's senses are tingling. And also the senses that he knows he's not going to be allowed to just craft what we need are also tingling. I think these herbs and resins are used to concoct water repellent alchemical solutions. Never tried it myself, but there's a first time for everything. Besides that, there are plenty of bits and bobs. We should have no trouble when it comes to decoration. Unfortunately, we won't be able to recreate the eggs Jilly saw in her dream with these. We could make something far easier to get off the ground, though. Parasols! Sure we'll be making them look eggy enough. Hmm. 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 I like both of these. I think I'll go with the first one.
Okay, go for the first one. Tell us what they say.
Any rounded object looks like an egg from a distance, from far enough away. It's science.
Yeah,
Ice.
I hear in solution 9 they use these fake eggs made out of they said it was like dead dinosaurs. I don't know. I didn't really understand. They didn't smell like dead dinosaurs, but they did look like eggs, and they were pretty colorful. And they had little bits of candy inside them. I guess normal eggs also kind of well, they not candy though. They don't have candy inside them. They have food inside them, but they don't have candy inside them.
Okay, go on.
I see. We can mimic the shape of an egg with the canopy and add some seasonally appropriate patterns to the outer shell. I can picture it now.
Okay, my turn. The shell makes the egg, as they say. Do they say that? Any route, we should paint them. You're right. With some festive patterns on the outer canopy and a convincingly eggy structure, the process might just make for a worthy replacement.
parasols are a sight more fiddly than your standard egg, though. With just the two of us, production will take far too long. So, we'll need to enlist further help, just as I did with you. Go talk to some people about this task. Fortunately, the guild artisans should be less likely to balk at a request for parasol parts rather than a rush order for myriad eggs, particularly if we supply the materials. Let us first pay a visit to the Leatherworkers Guild. I'm sure they'll be able to transform our leather into something fit for a canopy.
Please let's not deal with the guild master, though. She's such an asshole.
Look at the quest objective.
No! I hate her so much. I am an amazing leather worker. She never saw my skill.
She never sees anyone's skill, just hers.
No.
It's kind of sad.
I've explained the situation to Geva, and she seems inclined to sympathy.
Really? I thought she was pure evil.
If we keep our manners about us, we should manage to secure the guild's assistance.
So you're saying I shouldn't slap her in the face?
I'm gonna wait and hear what dialogue you have from her, because I think mine is because I've never done the leatherworker stuff.
Yep.
Ah, if it isn't wild. You must be the adventurer assistant Nonota spoke of. She was just informing me of your plight.
Okay, so the only difference is that mine does not have if it isn't name.
Many of our apprentices are looking forward to the Hatchingtide celebrations. You shall have the guild's aid. Although I'm afraid we lack some of the resources needed to work your leather into parasol canopies.
How? You're a leatherworking guild. How do you lack the resources to work with leather?
The material is water resistant to a degree, but nevertheless porous. Untreated, it will degrade over time and begin to rot, but our stock of coating is perilously low at the moment. If it's a water repellent you're after, you say no more. We just so happen to have the necessary ingredients, so I can see to its preparation.
I'm also an alchemist. I can make it.
In the meantime, would you take this timber over to the Carpenters Guild and request that they craft the parasol frame? We can meet up by the Black Rabbit Trader's stall anon. Trust that your leather is in capable hands.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you really hate her.
She's very mean.
Beat.
Oh, you'll hate her too once you start the quest line.
I suppose the main age right, yes.
Yeah, I was thinking like that one was a choice to go for the Aetherite. I felt like just going for the map transition was pretty much equidistant.
Works out here. Why do you stand there like a frightened schoolchild? If you need something, speak. Beat it, you know who I am. How am I... What? I should be approaching you with confidence. You're a colleague of mine. You're my former, mentor in craftsmanship. I'm level 100 carpenter.
I'm level 100 carpenter too, and I don't know this guy. Anyway, are you continuing the reading?
Yeah. Parasol frames? A task not beyond your own skill, no doubt, would the imminence of the holiday not force you to compromise their quality. You have done well to...
different to me.
Alright.
You wish this timber fashion into parcel frames? Very well. I shall see it done by competent hands. Fuck you.
What?
Anyway.
How have you not done the carpenter quest line then?
No. I have done none of the quest lines except maybe for the fishing one, and probably the culinary one.
Ah, no wonder he thinks
Yeah,
so low of you. You're missing vital teachings. Alright, you have done well to seek aid, Wild, and you shall have it. Yeah, I mean, I could probably just do a bunch of, I mean, I have trained eye. I'm sure I could craft them all perfectly in a short time. The younglings in the our acorn orchard await the festivities. For their sake, no effort will be spared in the parasol's preparation. We shall commence work right away. Let your associates know that the Carpenters Guild has the matter in hand.
and I know what Wild will do. Wild will say, "Yeah, I'm too busy with all of these, preparing Hatchingtide stuff. So, I could easily make them. I could just snap my fingers and suddenly, boom, they appear, and a frame appears in front of him. But I am too busy to do that by myself. So yeah, I might need the help from hands that do it a little slower, I
Like,
suppose."
like Beaton, you know that SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob, is like just taps a block of marble and poof, a statue poofs out because he's really like talented and skilled innately. That's me, but for some reason everyone around me is deluded into thinking I cannot possibly achieve all of this on my own, and so they refuse to let me try. The timber you provided lacks the flexibility needed to create arching ribs. However, Mistress Fufucha will doubtless assist in procuring what we need.
Okay.
I trust everything went well at the Carpenters Guild. I've just placed an order for the alchemical solution and a few other things besides. The next step will be to piece all the parts together into a prototype parasol. I'll bring the prototype over to Jilly once I finish, so you can go ahead and wait with her.
No minigame. It would have been amazing if they made like a paint your egg minigame.
Yeah.
I'm delighted to play a part in realizing another hatching tide for the ages. Leave the alchemical solution and the finer details to me. I'll soon have everything sourced.
No, Poppy, you're not a ninja now, so you don't get to win.
Still won.
I won. How dare you? Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back, Wild. You'll be pleased to hear that I've adjusted the
Stop that, Lance.
schedule to accommodate our little mishap, and all is set to proceed. How fare the eggs? Substituting parasols for eggs? What a wonderful idea! I can hardly wait to see what Nonota cooks up for the prototype. Though wait we must. Wait a minute. I already spent all of our budget on all the eggs that got destroyed. How much have you spent on commissioning these parasols from the guilds? Oh my god, I'm ruined. I will never financially recover from this.
Oh, don't worry, miss. We spend the money for you. It was nothing for us.
Jilly. I have 78 million gil in my pocket alone. I can finance this whole thing. It's okay. She's just like, oh my gods, how do you carry that? I don't know, same way I carry all the bunch of things I carry in my pockets. Oh. Archon egg? Okay.
Nonota will surely be along any moment now. Sorry to keep you both waiting. Allow me to present you with the very first Archon Egg Parasol.
I think this would look better if it were pink.
What a
fine example of ingenuity. It's magnificent.
I'm so glad you approve. With your blessing, I'll begin producing more to distribute.
In the meantime, we find ourselves at a loose end. But we cannot let Nonota outstrip us in the in Hatchingtide spirit. There must be more we can do. You know what I'm getting at, Wild. You need to tie up that loose end. You have to take care of Nonota.
I'll go with the second
Yeah.
one.
Alright. Let's show off your parasol to the
Hey,
townsfolk.
wait, can you read the second one? I forgot to read
Oh.
it. Sorry.
No, I didn't read it.
Oh, fuck.
I think it was something about giving gifts to people. Let's offer gifts.
You're almost something. Puppet, do you still have the options?
Nope.
Oh. Too bad.
But of course, we ought to provide our newest addition to the festivities. If we tell even a few Gridanians that these gorgeous accoutrements will be available to those who celebrate with us, word will
Well,
spread of its own accord.
Is it provide for real? Does it say provide?
Provide. Not in what I just read, but I think the second option was something about, providing gifts.
No. Did your dialogue say provide? We ought to provide.
I don't even remember what I said.
Read it on your thingies.
I already clicked it.
I know. Open the chat box. It should have.
No, it won't. It doesn't list whatever the dialogue options were.
Because I think that you said provide, but mine says promote. So I think that's the only change that they put in both the.
I think the first dialogue option was just show off the.
Not the dialogue options, honey.
She's saying promote.
No, what I'm saying is that the only change in the cutscene between yours and me and mine probably is that yours said provide.
No, I said promote.
No, you said provide.
I said promote.
I'm pretty sure you said provide.
It says promote, so I would have said promote.
Okay. We can check the video later. Let's continue.
With that in mind, I shall keep mine unfurled and on display. You use your adventurous instincts to identify those most in need of egg-themed accessories.
I didn't know that the Adventure Eye also provided us with some sort of fashion sensing stuff.
No, I mean, like, we just happen to know what people need things. Hey. The market is always busy. Let us look for potential celebrants there.
Jiggly's accompanying you.
Speak with Jilly. When I think back to the very first Hatchingtide, it's a marvel just how popular the occasion has become. I have so many people to thank for their efforts, yourself included. I mean, I didn't do the first one. I haven't been playing this game that long, but I have been playing for a few years. Oh, I should have taken the Aetherite.
We all walked. And I don't remember if you can actually take the Aetherite with people with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can.
can.
I did it. It's fine.
Okay. We dreamers are responsible for all the decorations you see throughout the city. Take that basket over there, for instance. I came up with the idea, and Nonota worked her magic to create the final product. Alright. I say, madam, you must tell me where I might acquire a resplendent parasol like unto your own. At our Hatchingtide event, of course. How about it? Will you join us at the amphitheater? I'd be delighted. As a true connoisseur of eggs, and both decorative and edible, I attend annually in hopes of glimpsing ovoid perfection, and this parasol surpasses my very imagining. Such elegance, such egginess. Weirdo.
Maybe will be one of the fans of the Hatchingtide. He's so into X.
What? Why, that parasol is an absolute delight. It's not often you see that level of craftsmanship paired with such decorative flair. This might be the finest egg-inspired apparel I've ever seen. Might I ask who was responsible for this masterpiece? The Leatherworkers Guild, the Carpenters Guild, Black Rabbit Traders, and our Dreamers all had their parts to play, and if you join us in celebrating Hatchingtide, you can receive one just like it. Ah, I should have known that the Guild's artisans were involved. If it means getting my hands on a parasol, I'd be more than happy to take part in these festivities. Heavens above! Is that adorable parasol fashioned after an Archon egg? What's an Archon egg?
The egg that they paint.
They're called Archon eggs. They're not called like Hatchingtide eggs or Tide eggs.
Hatchingtide is just the name of
Well,
the
yeah,
event, I suppose.
well, yeah, but Easter
Archon egg.
eggs are called Easter eggs for Easter.
Yeah, but they're not called Easter eggs here.
I know that, but I mean, like, it should be named after the holiday, not called Archons, because Archon is an actual thing that means something.
Or maybe an Archon egg is like,
It-
a brand of egg that, it is, like very fashionably designed, like, a Fabergé egg.
Maybe
I mean,
read. Go ahead.
the opposite. That's the opposite of what Archon something. Like an Archon egg should be an egg that's like genetically engineered to be hyper nutritious,
Yeah.
while tasting terrible.
Maybe-
that is actual laying egg.
No, yeah, but like Archon loaf is what he's referring to. But
Oh, yeah, you're
maybe
right. Actually, he has a point.
maybe if we learn the history from the people at the area, we will learn why they're called Archon eggs. Exquisite, isn't it? If you join us at the amphitheater, you will receive one just like it. For years I have searched for a parasol as darling as an egg, getting sunburned and soaked by turns, and you offer me one free of charge? 'Tis a Hatchingtide miracle. I expect those three will tell all and sundry about our parasols. Our work here is done. Oh hey, this is
Did you say anything different outside here? Oh yeah, nothing different.
oh okay. Well, that went rather swimmingly. You clearly have an eye for egg connoisseurs.
I wonder how we would find them. Like, how do you recognize an egg connoisseur? How do you see that they are actually liking eggs? Because the first guy, okay, the first guy was looking at the eggs in the basket, but that just says, hey, he's excited about the event. Doesn't say, hey, yeah, he's an egg connoisseur.
I think in universe, the Warrior of Light is just supposed to be really, really freaking good at reading body language.
I mean, we're talking about how he knows like which people to talk to.
Yeah, how he knows what people have something to say or which people need help with something.
It's the
And-
same as all the orange fucking glows. It's the echo.
Probably.
Specifically, Azim. Like, granted, there's not enough really any other evidence that your echo powers are influenced by who you were by like the kind of person your ancient was, but like Azim specifically, it's bringing that power, I think, is really fitting.
I shall go and see how many attendees are gathered at the amphitheater. Feel free to join us when you have a moment.
And it should give us our, parasols.
Yay.
I'm walking there.
Aha, it
I
is
should have taken the
faster.
Aetheryte. Yep, I should have taken the Aetheryte.
Look, Wild, isn't the sight of those parasols simply marvelous? Oh, and it's raining. What perfect timing. They look creepy just standing around with, like, umbrellas. It's like they're in a cult. Eggs held aloft, just as in
Actually,
my
yeah,
dream.
they look kind of creepy, like looking at you because you don't have a parasol. Waiting.
Banana, banana.
It's like the Friends opening, from, like, the first early season, when they open the umbrellas, and then they have a few of the shots of the cast just kind of standing, and staring at the camera. They look really creepy, and those few frames. Hooray! Hooray! We did it, Jilly. We certainly did. Shall we officially declare this Hatchingtide a success? Hold that thought. You've yet to see the half of it. Oh, it's a lady. My Senta! I'm not quite sure I follow. Who is this? Quite a few of my customers asked about your parasols. More than can comfortably gather here, in fact. Nevertheless, I took the liberty of handing out stock to those who came in inquiring. With how many left in my stall with a smile on their face and a parasol in hand, the whole city is awash in floating eggs. That's incredible! To think the parasols are bringing joy even beyond our celebration. Wait, Jilly. Wait, Jilly. They're one and the same, aren't they? The celebration has spread across the city, borne by a great mass of floating eggs. You're right. I was intent on gathering people here, but the eggs in my dream were far too numerous to contain in one place. They were always meant to be seen far and wide. That our original plans met with misfortune was a blessing in disguise, for we've touched the hearts of more people than I dared to imagine. There's no doubt in my mind this will go down as a Hatchingtide to remember. Oh, you're the Black Rabbits lady. Okay. Black Rabbit traders. Black Rabbit traders shall continue distributing parasols to those who ask. They may be free of charge, but they're drawing business in spades. Nonota told me how to assemble them, so I can prepare as many as necessary. Truly, where would we be without your ingenuity, Nonota? I couldn't have done it without our able adventurer. Ah, that reminds me, I have something for you, Wild. That's the very second parasol I ever made, after Jilly's, of course. I thought it fitting that you receive it. With eggs aloft across the city, all that's left is to enjoy the festivities. Your work may have finished, Wild, but Hatchingtide most certainly isn't.
Come on,
I
Navy.
mean, just a few
You're
hours
using the
here.
wrong parasol. You're using the wrong parasol, Navy. How dare you?
Ooh,
No, I'm
Catboy.
using the right parasol.
Dun, dun, dun,
Hey,
dun.
what?
I'm using the right parasol.
No, you're
The
not.
egg one looks stupid.
It doesn't.
Finished in a striking yellow and golden trim, this accessory provides exceptional protection against all but the worst of downpours, used to unlock the Archon Egg Parasol.
How did you get that one, Ren?
Oh my god.
Let me guess.
Decoration.
Yes, I knew it.
It's so cute, I love it!
Yeah, I do
But
actually quite like the look of this.
we need to do cosmic exploration then. anyway, that's all.
I wish we could
That is
dye
all, folks.
these. Oh, right. Let's go see if we can find out why this thing is called. Oh, hey, egg enthusiast. To think I'd end up with one of these delightful parasols all for myself. You and your associates are so generous. When I laid eyes upon this parasol, its quality spoke loud and clear. A triumph of design, both practical and decorative. It's not often I find an article so worthy of my discernment. This parasol is truly the peak of ovoid aesthetics. Timing my visit to coincide with Hatchingtide was a fine idea indeed. Oh, magic prisms. Okay. Do I have any? I have a few. Let's just buy 3. Might you be interested? Good evening, friend. Might you be interested in learning about the Hatchingtide festivities? A fledgling festival, Hatchingtide was born of a prophetic dream visited upon a Gridanian maiden named Gili Eliapo. In her dream, the 12 archons. Okay, that's right, because the 12 archons of old appeared. Those heroes who saved the realm from the destruction of the 6th umbral calamity.
Where they get what? So it was an alliance, right? But no, that's not enough. But that's too many. But no, man, I don't know if you understand adventuring, man. But adventurers always go out in groups of exactly 4, 8, or 24. There really aren't any other group sizes. 12 just really isn't on the table,
Well,
unfortunately.
well, they were.
This was the 6th astral era, so times were different. Adventurers probably going to in groups 12 back then.
Yeah, adventurers probably were that good back then, so they probably needed 12 people for a full party.
They had less aether because there had been 2 fewer rejoinings. They needed like 50%. They needed extra people to make up the shortfall.
Descending from the heavens atop beautifully decorated eggs, they said they said to Gilly, "Arise, young dreamer, and make ready the vessels for our return." And so she did, painstakingly painting and gilding eggs to match those from her
Okay.
vision.
I have to say that lady really, really, really needs a visit to the therapist. Seriously.
Yeah,
Or-
I don't know. I feel like I am a prophet, and my dreams foretell the return of heroes past. Isn't a therapist thing. It's like a cult leader thing. Though it can also be both, I guess. In any case, it just occurred to me, no wonder the first had so much trouble against the Sin Eaters, because yeah, they're, yeah.
Where
The real problem is that they just couldn't get together adequately sized raiding parties. They needed like 100 and like some very specific low 3-digit number for their alliance raids and quests. They just couldn't do them because they couldn't find enough people.
word of the prophecy spread, and Gilly attracted helpers to assist in her toils. After the calamity, the festival grew further. As townfolk and adventurers flocked to celebrate the Archons of yore, many who believe had some hand in delivering the realm once again. Okay, so that's why they're called Archon eggs, because she had a vision of these 12 Archon heroes.
Traveling in X.
Who wants to bet one of them was a previous Azam reincarnation?
Probably.
I mean, fucking, they'd better be. That's the only way that they had help in delivering the realm once again.
Oh my god, what is this? Look at this.
Oh my
You did?
god! Yes!
Alpha and Omega is carrying. Well, come take a look.
Yes.
Okay.
Amazing! I love that! He's gaining! Is he gaining personality? Is it working?
Maybe. Come take a look, Navy. If you like, if you want, of course.
I can find him at some point. Where is he?
Over where we
Where
are.
we are. Right in front, so it's
It's
not hard to miss.
it's genuinely worth seeing. It's not
It's
just
not
the
easy
two
to
of them
miss.
standing there.
I'm missing the Loporits all around. They used to be around all the events, and now they aren't. Oh.
Maybe they are somewhere.
I don't know if I'd call that character growth. I think he's been, I think someone stuck an umbrella in his fucking leg or something.
I choose to believe he is slowly regaining sentience. Because I want that for him, because I could have fixed him. If I just had a bit of extra time.
Because this is also growth for Alpha puppy.
Wait.
Alpha needs to grow too, and teaching Omega is making him grow. Remember,
Yeah, he needs to grow.
Alpha was supposed to be born without a soul, and then he gained a soul right at the end. And now that he has a soul, he needs to grow that soul into being, good.
Oh my God!
Because he is a perfect little boy.
It's Emmanuel and Honorwa
Where?
over here.
I mean, over here.
That you guys haven't seen the end of Top
Seen-
Hat.
Sorry?
You haven't seen how Top ends W.
How Top ends?
Yeah, the Omega Protocol.
Oh, I think there's probably some stuff I've missed. But I do kind of know what's going on a little bit with Omega here.
I think I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about the ultimate.
Okay, yeah, no, I haven't done that.
Yeah, we haven't done the ultimate. I mean,
God,
you can tell me later. You can tell me later what happens if you want. I don't know. I mean, we cannot do the ultimate anymore, right?
Yeah.
The Omega ultimate, right?
It can still be done. It's just the hardest ultimate of the ultimates right now.
But it has a good story, right?
I mean, not much of it changes. It's just something at the end.
But I mean, I want him to tell me. So you guys tell me if you want to hear, or because I'm pretty sure that
know I'm someday after I've finished doing the Dawntrail Extremes and then found a bunch of extra spare time and then entrenched myself in Navy Static and then cleared a bunch of Savage Raids, I will eventually do Ultimates. Sometime like in the year like 2032, I'm gonna play that quest.
you're not gonna make me wait that long, right? You're gonna let me hear the spoilers, right?
Yeah, as soon as
3
I'm not
years
in the room,
already.
you can.
Okay,
He
sure.
can tell you all about it.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I think that's everything. So yeah, might as well put a wrap on the stream. This has been Fury 1031 as Wild Flame, joined by everybody.
Thank you for accompanying us in this eggy adventure.
Adventure, if you will.
Adventure, I like it. Adventure. You get points, Bobby.
Okay, well, happy Hatchingtide, everyone.
I think all of the egg puns in this were just excellent or extraordinary. Which honestly, that's kind of a problem. There's a lack of variety there.